One of the most important things that you absolutely need to get right when you are keeping rabbits is diet. I expect most people now know that lettuce is not a good idea, but many people do not realise that things like carrots and apples and all that kind of thing can actually be a total disaster for rabbits' digestive systems. Also, another major problem, of course, is the dry food. Again, owners have the impression that one fills up their bowl and just keeps topping it up. This is not the case, and unfortunately also on the packets of rabbit food, the amounts they suggest are often wrong. There's no other way to put it. They normally suggest far too much dry food, and as a result, a large majority of rabbits that come in here are overweight, with all the different problems associated with rabbit obesity. Heart, lung problems, sore joints, risk of fly strike. The list really is quite lengthy. As a rough guide, using an egg cup, because most people have a standard egg cup in their house, for medium-sized rabbits you are talking 2 egg cupfuls, flat, not heaped, that's flat, once a day per rabbit. Now you may say, well, that's not a lot, but it doesn't need to be a lot, because 80% of their diet should be made up with fresh hay, which they should have access to 24 hours a day. So you're only giving the dry food as a supplement, nothing more. Some vets actually recommend a hay and veggies only diet, but I don't necessarily go along with that in all cases. So I think we've got to assume most people will want to give some kind of dry food supplement. The little tiny miniature breeds, like the Netherlands, Polish, that kind of idea, they would have less again, so you'd be talking 1 egg cup full, again not heaped but just flat full, once a day per rabbit. Medium breeds, as I've said before, 2 egg cups flat full once a day each. The rabbits that are giants, like the continental giants, French lops, they will have a bit more, but once they get to adulthood it's not a huge amount more. You're not doubling or trebling, you're just giving a smaller amount more because of their size. And rabbits that are actively growing, rabbits under 6 months of age, may need slightly more, but again we are talking a very small amount more. Generally speaking, as you can see from the pair demonstrating nicely here, they will finish their dry food often within the first sort of 10 minutes, half an hour, and there'll be none left, and that means they will then go on to their veggies. Now here we use spring greens, broccoli, celery, and a tiny piece of carrot. That's actually a tiny carrot that's very thin, and that's between the 2 of them. We give a very small excuse me we give a very small amount of carrot here, and only if the rabbits will tolerate it. We do not feed fruit in any form at all. If your rabbits aren't used to vegetables, then start off very gradually. I find using sticks of celery is a very good way to start. I've never found a rabbit that reacts to celery yet, so start off with half a stick of celery each rabbit per day and see how that goes. If that goes well, then you can start adding in some spring greens, perhaps a little bit of broccoli, that kind of thing, until you're building the levels up daily. So, summarising then, dry food, really a very small quantity based on egg cups. 80% of the diet should comprise nice fresh hay, and it should be available at all times, freshened every day of course, and green leafy vegetables that the rabbits will tolerate. Little or no carrot, and certainly fruit is very questionable. And if you follow those guidelines, your rabbit should remain healthy, fly strike free, so long as it hasn't got any other health issues of course. And this sort of diet will also aid in dental disease to prevent some of the back teeth spurs that can form if a rabbit is not chewing consistently and properly. Eating 80% hay as a diet will ensure that their teeth are being ground down in the correct manner, and this will help to prevent that sort of problem. However, it's not a cure, and it also, if there's a genetic predisposition to dental disease, it will not stop that. But For an average rabbit, you will certainly be cutting your vet bills down if you feed correctly. We use Pellet Foods here, good quality pellet food. I know there's a lot of controversy with muesli versus pellets, but to be honest, the point is the volume, not really the food. You want a good quality food, of course you do, high in fibre and all the rest of it, but if you feed the proper amount, which is a very small amount, even a good quality muesli will not harm. If you overfeed on either pellets or muesli, then that will be a disaster. It's funny, there's a big pile of vegetables there and they're stealing out of each other's mouths. That's rabbits for you, of course. I feed once a day and it gives me a very good indication that all is well. Rabbits who are healthy and happy will come straight forward to eat and will eat with appetite. A rabbit who generally does that and then suddenly decides really not to come forward, or is hanging back into the sleeping area or something like that, not coming forward for food, then you know straight away you have got a problem. And never leave that problem, go straight to the vet if a rabbit is refusing to eat. Don't hang about. Gut stasis kills, and on our website there is an article all about gut stasis and mucoid enteritis and associated conditions. There is more information about diet, etc. on our website under the Rabbit Care Sheet article.